everyone. What are we looking at right now? This is kind of where I first, well, this is the general region where I first started noticing the larger scale patterns. The things carry around more than just through a remote region, but they start to actually shape the actual landscape of Earth. This kind of looks like a distinct bowl shape. Everything's funneled in through this region. But then there's this distinct band, like a boundary layer right here. This all curls up. This stuff swirls over. This stuff to me looks really fascinating over here too. Especially the higher up you go. There's like a band here. These are striations. There's this rift. But this one up here and this through here is very fascinating to me because it comes back down here, and that's where we get to our eye of the Sahara, right in here. There's the eye. So we're all in agreement this is the eye of the Sahara. I'm going to explain more about it later, but people know about this feature. Not enough people accredit it properly to being the cross-section of a Birkeland current, like Donald Scott. His model is like perfect Birkeland current, but zoom back out. I didn't even know about this feature stuff until I started making videos the other day, and then I realized. So come back over here. Now notice this. This is, to me, I'm going to get distracted for a minute. This kind of reminds me of what we have going on here. You even got a band in the center. This band is pretty distinct here. But this reminded me of this stuff, the bowl-shaped magnetic fields, because they were, this guy was even saying it's what causes this to happen. So when you see that right there, that was my first impression on this, but scaling out, didn't mean to do that. That's what I first thought of when I saw this distinctly, and even this feature, was to come back here and think of this bowl-shaped magnetic field, because you get this confined area right here that jets out like you have with these nebulas. You don't really see it as much because there's no resistance in space. The resistance all happens here. This is where you jump from dark mode plasma out here into glow mode plasma in here, and then the intensity is right here in the pinch. Whatever they want to say about space, and there's nothing to conduct the flow of electricity. Well, there's also nothing to resist the flow of electricity. Think about that. If you have nothing to resist the flow of electricity, it doesn't matter if there's anything there to conduct the current. The charges need to balance from one potential to the next. That's how nature works. Nothing's there to resist it. What's going to stop it? It stays in dark mode most of the time until it gets to these more confined regions where you can actually see these emissions of the more intense the emissions of light, even if this is a lower level that we can't see in our visible spectrum. I don't know if so. A lot of these images are outside of our visible spectrum, I think. But the bowl-shaped magnetic field. And now I'm just going to show you this. We'll get rid of this over here, actually. We'll come over here. The cross-section of a Birkeland current, alright? You have these concentric rings, cross-sections of a Birkeland current. This guy's really smart, in my opinion. This was actually very fascinating, where he was explaining the weather patterns on Earth using the right-hand rule to determine which way the flow of electricity was going, the primary flow. Very fascinating. Just by making a simple observation, in my opinion, makes an incredible breakthrough. So you have one circle goes this way, and then the inner circle goes this way, and then the next circle goes the opposite way, and these are concentric circles, right? This is a very distinct thing. Now what I noticed was somewhere around here, but I'm going to take you back over here so you guys you can really see it on the eye of the Sahara, and this is a much larger feature than, oh, I'm missing it. There we go. I was in line with it. That's what I mean. You can follow the features like really distinctly. And this is the Richat crater. Here you got concentric circles. One goes this way, the next goes this way, the next comes this way, the next goes this way, the next comes this way, and then you get the point, right? It's alternating in between bands. And now we're going to come back here. Again, alternating in between bands. And he even shows which way these things, and you can see it in this feature very distinctly when you look at which way these flow. Like this flows this way, this flows this way, like he was saying in his model. It goes this way, this way, this way, this. So there's distinct patterns here. That's, to me, that is a cross section of a Birkeland current. The thing that you got to realize, though, that Birkeland current is coming out from the Earth. That is big. But let's go back over here. Cohesive features to me. I don't know if you guys see them, but if not, I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to point them out. I can't unsee this now that I did. Where did it go? Somewhere around here. I believe it is this right here, maybe. Zoom in a tad. Yes. Okay, you got concentric circles down here. Concentric circles. This goes this way, this goes this way, this goes this way, this goes this way. This is a lot smaller than the Eye of the Sahara. I wasn't aware of this one until the other day, but I can find it for you right here, because I'm right in that general area. There it is, right there. There's that little circular thing. Like, these things to me are distinct features. And this falls in line with something else. Like, there's almost like ghostly images, but this is probably a volcano right here. Active or not, I don't know, but this is a distinct feature right here. And let's zoom in a tad and we'll try and get the scale. And now what I didn't, this map will show me scale, relative. This would be 10 miles across. That's pretty far. I'm going to zoom in to see what the central region would be. If we go from here to here. Now that's like 1.5 miles across. Which, I didn't even think about this at first when I noticed these until the other day when I saw this feature, because what is happening, I think, if you go back to these scars down here, where are we, Chad? Somewhere in Chad, right around here, there's those ghostly features. I'm going to zoom in. I think we're a little bit over. That might be one of them over here. Just stay on that. We'll see. Yep, there we go. Okay, so if this is the negative, these are the positives out here. See what I'm saying? There's like that pattern, but this one wasn't large enough to cause concentric rings. This, you only see a slight focus and a little bit out here. There's no more this, there's no more this, there's no more this. You understand what I'm saying? There is the same pattern of the alternating currents from one to the next, back to the one, then to the next, back to the one. That's the pattern that I'm seeing here. And that's what I think is causing these in particular. This one is much larger than the smaller ones that we've seen over here, but a scale up and you might get something like this, and a scale up bigger and you get something like this Eye of the Sahara. I don't know what else what else could explain this, honestly, because to me the Eye of the Sahara is definitive, distinctly what Donald Scott was saying over here. To me, that's undeniable when you have this and you look on the earth and you see this. Anyone else want to see it differently? I don't know. But then when you go look at these, there's that same pattern where you have distinctly the positive out here, but then the negative in here. So I don't know. It seems like that would be the force of nature that you attribute these things to when there is the logical explanation. But anyway, I guess not everyone likes to think that way. Alright, good luck everyone. I'll make more of these in time and we'll see how this goes. Who knows?